What about when it actually comes to hiring, right? Because, a lot of people actually say don't hire your friends or don't work with your family, this kind of stuff. And I mean, with me, for example, you went completely against that. Carlos, your CTO, is also your brother, and you're working with Augusta as well, as you said. So you've literally gone completely against the grain in like the typical advice.
Oh yeah.
How would you say that's like played out? Is it different to what you were expecting? And like, what's your experience with it so far?
That's a great question. That's a great topic. And yeah, I've gone completely against everything that I've been told. Like, don't mix family and friends with business. And the funny thing is, when I started my first two businesses that I started with close friends of mine, and it didn't really work out. Like, we're still good friends, but it didn't really work out. And so, like, taking that chance again was kind of like, I was still a bit kind of like sore from those situations and from that past experience. But I learned a lot. Right? I learned to set boundaries from the start. I'd learned to set exit strategies if it didn't work out. I'd learned to, know exactly what the division of work should look like, et cetera, et cetera. So the reason why I do that is because there's certain, and this doesn't happen for all aspects of my business, but there's certain aspects of my business where one of the most valuable traits that I look for is loyalty and trust. And as you scale, you realize that those are some of the hardest traits to find. Nowadays I've got the hiring process and all that stuff very nailed down, and I can find great talent. But finding someone you can, and again, I'm not skeptical. Like, I know there's plenty of people that I can trust. There's plenty of people that would be loyal, but it's one of those traits that it's actually harder to find than people think. And when you've been burned a few times, you kind of stop looking outwards and you start looking home. So that's the first thing, those traits. And then the second thing is, like, I'm a big believer that I want, like, my circle to, like, level up. And I don't want to be like the guy who levels them up. Absolutely not, right? If I can, like, help them in any way, great, right? Obviously, everyone has their different process, and no one is going to level up if they don't choose to level up. All right, I'm not taking any credit for any of that, but I'd rather, like, feel part of that success and like see my people, my loved ones, like, grow next to me and around me, right? Again, not because of me, right? But I'd rather see that than, like, just look externally, So I think that's like a cool thing to do, like a cool thing to see, like, see my brother have, like, his own financial success. Again, not because of me, because he fucking works a lot, right? But because, I can enable that in many ways. It's really cool to see.